Well, this guy wasn't having the best year, but now it looks like it's going to get a little bit worse, man. We have some breaking news coming out of the city of Detroit, and that is second-year player, starting cornerback. Man, you can't help but laugh because both of our starting cornerbacks are going to wind up on IR. According to Dan Campbell, Terrion Arnold is going to be out, quote, a while. But here's what he had to say.
Man, I just thought he was very competitive. I thought he was calm. I thought he was cool. And I thought this was one of the better games he's played in a while. I thought he was really good. And, we put a lot on him, and I thought he answered the bell. So, unfortunately, he's going to be out for a while. He's going to be out for a long time.
The rest of the season type?
I don't know that, but it'll be a while. It's going to be a while.
All right, so there you heard Dave Burkett press Dan Campbell at the end of that clip about he being Terrion Arnold, is he going to be out for the rest of the season? Dan Campbell said he doesn't know, but he's going to be out a while because it's too early for that information. This isn't like one of those ACL tears where you know right off the bat that that's a season-ending injury. So I think that there's some more tests that need to be done, but a minimum, Terrion Arnold is going to join DJ Reed on the injured reserve list. It's either going to be season ending or it's going to be until, probably my honest opinion, we won't see Terrion until at least December. Now, he could come back in kind of a CJ Gardner-Johnson type thing where it's not out for the season. He could come back to help us during a playoff push. We just finished the first quarter of the season. There's a lot of time for him to get better and come back, and we'll need his services, even though he wasn't having the best year. And I know everybody's trying to defend him on social media about who he's been gone against, and he played very well, and blah, blah, blah. And I hear what you're saying. Terrion came out against a gauntlet of wide receivers and really hasn't caught a break since that time. I mean, he's been on some of the best in the game, but he does lead the NFL in pass interference calls. He through week 3, I don't know what the update stats are, but through week 3, he allowed the most yards per snap and allowed a passer rating of like 107. So he hasn't had the best year, and we can't make excuses for this guy. You're a first-round pick. You got to come out. You can't have a podcast called Closed on Sundays, and you lead the league in PI. You can't have a podcast called Closed on Sundays, and you have no interceptions. I know one was taken away from him, but the favor was returned yesterday when he took a safety from Hutch. So, to each their own. He got it, right? He got it back. So this is not a good look. This is not good. It's funny because Dan Campbell, also, by the way, Khalil Dorsey is also going to be out. Nice catch, nice save. Khalil Dorsey is going to be out a while as well. So you're talking about the starting cornerback on both sides, both starting cornerbacks and our depth piece. Last year, it was the D-line and the linebacker position that we were being just obliterated in. And now it is the secondary. Both starting cornerbacks are out. The depth pieces are out. I mean, we brought in Trey Flowers yesterday, and now he's playing. So I am very curious to know what the Detroit Lions are going to do. I mean, Jersey was crispy white yesterday. The brother was raised immediately. The Lions are going to have to put in some work. Now, I looked at the free agent cornerback list. It is not looking too hot. And the Lions don't tend to grab people from the free agent pool. They will go, they will, but they'll be like on the couch. They won't be on a practice squad. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be on a couch. Now, what the Lions... they got to play a game here. They have to play a song and dance because remember now, I guess it won't really hurt. If you bring somebody in from the practice squad, if you signed them, they have to go to the active roster. You can't sign a practice squad player to the practice squad. Now, Trey Flowers, I expect Trey Flowers to be elevated to be signed to the active roster. Why not? Why not? You brought him in. Why not? We are down our starting corners. Why not? Now, I have a question for the audience. You guys know how I feel, man. You know how I feel, and I said yesterday I can't be mad at Brad Holmes. I'm not mad at Brad Holmes. I'm just I'm not mad at Brad. I still stand by what I stand by, and that is we have invested a ton of resources, and we continue to do so in the secondary. I mean, high draft picks, a lot of resources, and now we have no choice. So the question that I have to the viewer is, do you still want the Detroit Lions to focus on the D-line or the secondary? I'm going to keep it a buck, okay? $1.50. As a matter of fact, 151, and I wish I had a shot of it right now because I'm going to need it. I want the Detroit Lions to still focus on the D-line. I've been an adamant guy about Dan Campbell actually said it in his press conference about he's going to need the people who have to fill in the void for losing both Terrion Arnold and DJ Reed. They're going to have to step up. He said they're going to need the D-line to do a little bit more. Do you think we have that? Now, Lee McNeil is coming back. With this news, they're not going to rush Aleem back, but we could see the clock has already started, but we could, you know what, he's playing. He's playing because we're going to need all the help that we can get. So I'm a firm believer in a pass rush helps a secondary more than a secondary helps a pass rush. That's just what I think. Only because the quarterback has 2.4 seconds to throw the football, and that is 100% due to the pass rush. That's what that is. So that's my opinion, but I would love to hear yours. So again, man, breaking news out of the city of Detroit, and that it has not been announced yet, but 2 + 2 = 4. It don't equal 3. It don't equal 5. 2 + 2 = 4. If you're going to be out a while and you don't know if the player needs to go on or is the season is done, then that is called injured reserve. Why hold a spot for a guy that you obviously need his position filled? And I don't even know. We don't have the dude on our team. So that means, here's what that means. That means that if they finesse and finagle some people, that means Amik is going to be the starting corner. You're probably going to have, unless the Lions bring somebody else in, you're probably going to have Trey Flowers be the second corner, right? Brian Branch could come up and now cover that guy in the slot. What does that mean for the secondary? Now, I also have something that I'm going to throw out here. Let me know what you think of this. We talked about Brian Branch playing in the slot. We know he can play in the slot, not the fastest guy, but he can hold it down. What if the Detroit Lions, if in packages where Brian Branch has to cover the slot receiver or he comes up and does that, right? That's going to leave a safety void. Now, we got Lauren Strickland, who's a safety, right? We got Lauren Strickland. What if we brought in Justin Simmons, who is probably trying to get to a contending team? We brought in Justin Simmons because we might have to play Brian Branch more, for those packages when Brian has to come up and play the slot guy, because now our slot dude is going to be moved to the outside, right? And now you've got Trey Flowers coming off the couch, the workout couch, that's going to be probably the other starter, because I really don't know who we have on our team that's capable of starting, because Khalil Dorsey is also going to be out a while. I mean, will they both end up on injured reserve? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think the Lions, I don't know, because remember now, you can put multiple guys on injured reserve, but you can only bring back 8. So Khalil Dorsey, if Khalil Dorsey was to go on IR, I think his season is over. That's just what I think. All right, so let's do this, man. Let's take a look at who is on our team right now at the cornerback position. So Terrion Arnold is out. He's not out for the season yet, but he's going on injured reserve. There's no doubt about it. Khalil Dorsey is also a candidate for injured reserve. That leaves us with Amik Robinson. I forgot about this guy, Rock Ya-Sin. Okay, so Rock Ya-Sin is either going to be Trey Flowers or Rock Ya-Sin. So these are now going to be our outside corners. Rock Ya-Sin, Trey Flowers. That literally leaves Avonte Maddox and Brian Branch. That is all. That's it. Trey Flowers isn't even on this list. They haven't even updated it yet. He's not on this list. Now, if we scroll down and we go and we look at the practice squad, folks. Let's go look at the practice squad, folks. Physically unable to perform. Practice squad. How many? We have Trey Flowers, who's a practice squad guy. I expect him to be elevated or signed to the active roster. And Nick Whiteside. Ain't no way, bro. We just brought this. Ain't no way. So I am expecting for, man. Okay, so you've got those 5 to 7 people that's inactive every game. I'm expecting for Khalil Dorsey is on the active roster. So we got to create a spot. So you know what? I'm going to say both of those guys are going to go on IR, but only one is going to come back. Terrion's going to come back. There's a possibility that neither of them go, but I think you got to create the roster spots. I mean, we're already it's getting bad, right? And last year this time was our bye week, so that's crazy. But I think that we're going to bring in, I mentioned a guy, I never got to his name, but Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore is available. He played for the Vikings last year. We could bring him in to work out. I don't think he's worked out with the Lions before. I also don't think the Lions are going to go that way. So now we got like a conundrum now. We have a legit conundrum coming up as the trade deadline approaches. Y'all know where I want to go, and I'm going to stay there, bruh. I'm going to stay there, but now it's getting kind of shaky. Kind of shaky. Kind of stay in your lane, right? Now, do the Detroit Lions consider trading for a cornerback at the trade deadline? Do they do that? I am still on a pass rush. Get a dog on the pass on the defensive end to help the cornerbacks because they both gone. Both of our starters are gone. And I think that it'll be more advantageous to help with the pass rush. I mean, you could put Jerry Jacobs back there. If you got a dog pass rush, imagine this line. And I know this is fantasy, but imagine this. Imagine Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, you've got Chris Jones and Jeffrey Simmons as your front four. You literally could put me in the secondary, and I'll be catching Aflacs all over the place. By the way, an Aflac is a duck. I'll be catching ducks everywhere, right? So that's just my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments below, and put in the comments below between 1 and 10, 1 being not that concerned and 10 being, the fire alarm. How concerned are you about the damage, the injuries in the secondary? Do you think that that's going to alter the course of the Detroit Lions? I mean, look, we've been able to still win games with injuries. And this is kind of my point on the pass rush and why you got to take advantage of the opportunities. We've still been able to win games with all the attrition that we faced last year. But can we win the big one? Can we win it all? And we're starting to, we're going down the same path, man. So this is breaking news for the third time. Terrion Arnold out a while. Khalil Dorsey out a while. And IR is in the future for both of those folks. It only makes sense. And let me know, who would you like? Who would you like to be brought in? Is there a practice squad guy somewhere? Would you like or if you want the Lions to trade for somebody, let me know. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Believe it or not, man, I get tired. Sometimes there's only so much energy I can exert, whether it's for the pass rush or Terrion Arnold being closed on Sundays, but you lead the league. And sometimes I've given it all I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, even I don't have a crash out in me. Right now, it's like, only thing I care about is the Super Bowl. And Dan and Brad to do whatever we need to do to get there. Get there and win it. Okay? And if it takes all of this for us to win our very first Super Bowl, that is a trade I'm willing to take. I'm willing to take that. If we're going to get there and lose, I mean, yes, we can check that off the box, but getting there and winning, I think getting there and losing is more devastating than getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to get there, finish the job, win it all, get to your first one, win your very first one, which I think we would have done in 2023. But that's in the past. This is the present, and we're looking toward the future. Also, you guys see the shirt. I just got it on Saturday. This is the Cancer Cares shirt that will be available for the month of October. We've made several sales, man. I appreciate everybody that's contributed and stuff like that. 20% of the proceeds will be donated to cancercares.org. We'll be doing that with at the beginning of November when everything finalizes. Very comfortable. This is an extra large, by the way. So, yeah, consider purchasing a shirt, man, and helping out the cause as well. And members, you'll be happy to know that my screen has been updated. If you are a director member, I'm only going to say this a few more times. If you are a director member and you have hit your 6-month milestone or your 12-month milestone and you have not received your milestone gift, please email me. You can email me with your name, your mailing address, your name that you go by on YouTube, and how long you've been a member. I'm not going to keep pressing you guys about it. I am trying. There are very few creators that give back. All they do is take. They take. There are very few that give back. And I'm trying to do that, but it's very difficult when if you don't want it, at least email me back and say, hey, I'll pass, but I appreciate you. I would appreciate that. All right. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I'm trying to be positive right now, man. But I still think, Brad, you got to get the D-line. I think the D-line will go a long way. Go Lions.